Something extraordinary is happening in the American tech industry, something that almost no one outside Silicon Valley and Wall Street is talking about. While most people focus on AI breakthroughs, trillion-dollar valuations, and futuristic gadgets, the biggest tech companies in the US are quietly working on something far more fundamental, something straight out of the industrial playbook. They're building their own power grids. Yes, you heard that right. Google, Microsoft, Amazon, and Meta, the same companies that built the internet, are now pouring billions into energy infrastructure, solar farms, wind projects, battery systems, and even nuclear partnerships. The reason is simple and deeply revealing. The AI revolution doesn't run on ideas alone, it runs on electricity. Let's start with the scale of what's happening. AI data centers, the heart of this new tech boom, consume staggering amounts of energy. Training a single large language model can use as much electricity as 5,000 American homes do in a year, and that's before factoring in the massive ongoing costs of running those systems 24/7, powering GPUs, cooling equipment, and keeping servers online. According to estimates, US data center power demand could double by 2030, largely because of AI. That's equivalent to adding the energy needs of a small industrialized nation just to keep America's digital infrastructure running. So big tech is realizing something governments and utilities have known for decades. When your business depends on power, you can't leave it to chance. And that's why the biggest names in tech are turning into energy companies, not in theory, but in practice. Microsoft has quietly signed long-term contracts for nuclear-generated power in Pennsylvania. Amazon is now the largest corporate buyer of renewable energy in the world. Google is investing in geothermal power to feed its cloud campuses in Nevada. Meta is building solar and wind farms near every major data hub it operates. They're not just buying power, they're producing it. Because the old model, relying on public utilities, simply can't keep up with the pace and precision that AI demands. The grid wasn't designed for constant, hyperlocal, high-density electricity use, so the tech giants are doing what they always do, bypassing old systems and building their own. It's a profound shift, one that's reshaping both the tech and energy landscapes at once. These aren't small side projects. Microsoft's latest AI campuses are being planned with their own subgrids and backup generation systems. Google is working on microgrids, self-contained flexible power networks that can operate independently of local utilities when needed. Amazon has begun experimenting with direct power procurement, effectively creating private energy ecosystems. Think of it as the next logical step in vertical integration. Tech companies already build their own chips, servers, and cloud networks. Now they're going one layer deeper into the physics of how their infrastructure is powered. And there's another motive too: stability. The US power grid is aging, fragmented, and under strain. Extreme weather events, heat waves, and regional outages have exposed vulnerabilities that no AI-driven company can afford. When a few minutes of downtime can cost millions of dollars in lost compute or cloud service interruptions, hope the power stays on isn't a strategy. So big tech is doing what only big tech can do, taking control. And it's not just about reliability, it's also about image and influence. These companies want to be seen as leaders in sustainability. Every new renewable energy project they fund boosts their ESG ratings and helps offset the massive carbon footprint of their AI operations. That's why you'll see headlines about carbon-free data centers or zero-emission computing. But here's the hidden story. Much of that green power isn't entering the public grid. It's being routed straight into private tech ecosystems. In other words, big tech's energy revolution is happening off the books of the national grid. That's raising big questions and potential tensions. What happens when private companies control growing chunks of America's power supply? What does that mean for energy markets, prices, or national security? And who gets priority when the grid is under strain? Public consumers or the servers powering the world's AI models? Policymakers are starting to notice. The Federal Energy Regulatory Commission and Department of Energy have begun reviewing the long-term impact of tech-driven energy demand. Some experts are warning of an AI energy bubble, a race to build private generation faster than the grid can balance it. But for the tech giants, this isn't just strategy, it's survival.